Hi, my equestrian guys and gals. It's Miss Beverly with Equestrian Newbies here, bringing you a couple videos this evening. It's a beautiful but hot and miserable day here in the Central Valley of California, and super dry, super bleh. But we're gonna make a couple videos. So um, I my first video here is kind of a little bit of a rant. This is a fairly new channel for me, I've been on YouTube for many, many years. I had another channel that I'd had since YouTube started, probably 2007, maybe 2000, something like that. And I had a few thousand subscribers. It was primarily just about hair and weaves, wigs, hair products, clip-ins, just all that kind of thing. And I did a lot of reviews and stuff as I was growing my own hair out from a very, very short haircut. And, just kind of those experiences. Well, when I went to go back onto YouTube again, I actually had forgotten my password, and I couldn't ever get anyone at Google to help me reset that. Ever, even I tried a million times, and so I just started over, which is just as well anyway, because that channel was geared towards something completely different, and those subscribers would have been like, what the hell? So it was better just to start over. So this is a new channel, and there's very few of us. I have very few subscribers yet. Certainly we're not talking professional videography here. So most of the people, or just really everyone, I interact with on other channels and so forth. So you kind of feel like you know those people, and suddenly I got a comment on one of my videos that was negative, a negative comment. My first negative comment on this channel. And that kind of prompted me to think about making this video, because it got me to thinking, like, why? Another person I watch a lot was just doing a video about someone that was kind of stalking them and bullying and all that kind of thing, and I started thinking, like, what the hell kind of people are we as equestrians, I see so much negativity and hate on videos in their comments section, and I'm just floored by what makes people think that, it's like, what makes you think you can comment like that? Like, who the hell are you, But I know that on these social media, this social media network, it doesn't even matter whether it's Facebook or Instagram or whatever. You put yourself out there, you are going to subject yourself to a certain amount of negativity. That is the nature of human beings. I know this because I'm a nurse. I know this as a nurse. Like, physiologically, you have people that are physiologically negative people. And you have people that live for negativeness and negativity, and thrive upon that. You have people that feel empowered by being negative on these social media outlets. You have people that, somehow just feel like it's no holds barred, especially in the equestrian community, and even with kids. Now, the person that made the negative comment, which it said, you're a horrible rider, that poor horse, is what it said. And rider was spelled Ritter, R-I-D-D-E-R, and poor was like poor, P-O-U-R. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe it was a kid, so you're like, okay, I'm 54, I'm a grown-ass woman. So I'm like, you gotta take that with a grain of salt, right? And then I kind of thought, well, but you know what? Could just be an ignorant-ass adult. And so, that's the thing with negative comments, a lot of times the people that make negative comments, especially the most, irritating, annoying, hateful ones, tend to be people with, like, no photo, no content on their own channel. You know, their name is some old random, you know, weird name, and you're like, what? That really makes it seem like it's made up, kind of. And you know, and there's a fair amount of trolls too, you know. But it got me to thinking that as I surf YouTube and watch other people's videos, and we all do it, right? Because we all share a common interest. So you all go through comments, and people just look, and you're reading through there, because you kind of feel like you might pick up a tip, you might pick up some kind of information from reading through the comments. You're not really thinking, you're just, you know, you're not looking for the negative vibe there. You're trying to find something constructive as you're going through. And there's interesting stories, and people a lot of times will open up on these bigger YouTube channels and talk about, you know, things that are going on in their lives. And I know as a nurse, as that kind of caring person, you know, I always gravitate to those. I want to respond to that person, and, you know, hey, good for you, you know. I would no more get on someone's channel and talk and spit negative crap than the man in the moon. Now, you know, you can chalk that up to age and maturity there, but I would venture to guess that just about every single person that watches this video or that I interact with on YouTube would never do that either. I think maybe a fair amount of us might consider B if we saw like vague, like obvious, you know, blatant abuse, may be tempted to negatively comment, you know. But just, I can't imagine, not a single one of the people that have watched my videos or interact with me on my videos or anything like that would ever say anything like that. And if they were to say something about my writing skills and abilities, it would be in a more constructive form. Even the young people that watch me, you know, which I'm trying to remember my curse words, moms and dads, I really am. Because I do have young people that watch, and that I watch too. I interact with all kinds of equestrians because that's our shared interest. You know, and it's cool to, I don't care what age you are, it's cool to find that you have people that have that common bond, that common interest in some of the same things that you are interested in. Regardless of age, across that spectrum. So no one would ever say anything like that. So, and this was not a girl that I had ever seen on my channel, and I'd never seen comment on any, you know. So just obviously just out of the blue, you know. And what's interesting to note is the video that she commented on that way was about a minute and a half long video that my daughter, who I was trying to make a full video, and basically I got a minute and a half anyway. We were riding out here. This was when it was still the rainy season, and so it was really green out here still. In California, it's dry as heck now, all dirt and everything, but it was green. And had been raining, and there were huge potholes and dips all throughout this, you know, I don't have a round pen, I don't have an arena, I ride out here right on my own property, and so the area that, you know, I kind of sectioned off to ride in, you know, it was just full of potholes from previous rides. So the horses, you could see them tripping through those potholes in some spots, and it's, you know, choppy riding. I mean, you know, an educated person or what could probably see that the bobbles, you know, on the horse, and you could tell where he stepped on something and, you know, started to bobble. And of course, you know, you bobble when they bobble. And I was working on a sitting trot, not a posting trot, a sitting trot. And that's tough to do. It's tough to do in an English saddle. Or I shouldn't even say in, I should say just on an English saddle. In a Western saddle, a sitting trot can be a little bit easier because you do have that larger front cantle to kind of help hold you there, kind of brace you. But it's tough to do. And for those of you that ride, that have ever had to work on a sitting trot versus a posting trot, you know how tough that can be. So anyway. And the other thing is that Ringo, which the casual watcher that just pops in for 2 seconds is not going to know that they've heard me talk about Ringo and the challenges that we've had with him and with training and so forth. And kind of, that they were sold as bomb-proof, but they were hardly that. And, so if you watch Day by Day and you've seen Finn, the Palomino horse Finn, then that's similar to my Ringo. He tosses his head all the time. When I bought Ringo, I was told that Ringo was ridden bitless. That that he rode in a hackamore or a bozal or along those lines, and bitless. Okay, well, all right. I've tried every configuration of bitless that I can think of, and basically all that with Ringo it means is that he runs right through it. There's no control over his feet when he's in a bitless bridle, so you're just along for the ride, and it's not safe. So I've quickly found out that bitless bridle a lot of times can just basically mean that not properly trained in a bridle. Because, when I actually put him in a bridle, I get all that head stuff, just like with Finn. I've tried, I don't even know, more than a half a dozen different bits. I don't even know how many different types of bridles. It's just, that's just how I can't ride him collected. He doesn't like to drop his nose at all, and he will not tolerate any type of pull on the reins or any type of tightness or hold on those reins. I'm not talking about just like pulling. I mean, just tightness in the rein that you would ride when you're riding collected, and you expect that head tuck from the horse. Not him, not yet. So obviously in that minute and a half video that I'm bouncing around out here, in the potholes, I mean, I probably should have expected that someone was going to eventually say something, right? But my good people, my nice people, the people I interact with all the time, would just never dream of doing that. So it just made me start thinking, what do you guys do when you have negative comments in your, in your channels, and how do you handle that? Initially, my initial thought was like, I want to respond and explain this whole story just like I told you guys, which then I'm like, I don't even know this idiot. I would explain it to my staff, my subscribers, but I'm not going to explain squat to an idiot. So basically I just corrected her on her spelling and said thank you for sharing and kept it moving. But what do you guys do? I'd be just really interested to know. And what is your thoughts about how negative equestrians are a lot of times? Like, what is that about? Like, I just don't even get that. I just don't. What the hell? So anyway, all right, you guys. I'm going to come back at you in just a second. I've got another video here I'm going to do about bits and bridles and things like that from the used tech store. And so I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Comment below. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.